Okay, get out your homework. Make sure your name is on it. And pass it up. Hi, honey bunnies, it's Miss K. So you guys were discussing these two problems in your groups, and they were on purpose supposed to look very similar to each other. So I want to talk about the similarities and the differences, right? All right, so in both of these problems, we do see that there is a 3x plus 9. We do see that there is a 3x plus 24 in both of them, and we do see that they both have a 4x plus 27, right? Okay, so there are definitely some similarities between these two problems. However, you will notice that what those things represent is very different. So over here on the left, the 3x plus 9 is the length of the side, and over here, the 3x plus 9 is the angle measure. Similarly, this 3x plus 24 is the side, not the angle, and the 4x plus 27 is the side, not the angle. Okay, so there are some definite differences as well. So let's talk about those two different concepts, right? Okay, so over here on the left, we're dealing with the lengths of the sides. And of course, the lengths of the sides is connected to the concept of perimeter. In this problem, the perimeter is 120. So how did they get 120? Well, they got 120 by adding up the sides. Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and add up all three of these sides. We're going to add the 3x, the 4x, and the 3x all together, and that gets us 10x. The 9, the 27, and the 24, when you add them all together, hold on, we're just going to do that real quick, is 60. Okay, now that is all of the sides added together, which so is the perimeter. They must be equal to each other. So we're going to minus that 60 over. We get 10x equals 60. Divide by tens. And x equals 6. What is our unit up here? Our unit is centimeters. All right, so on this problem, x equals 6 centimeters. Versus the problem on the right, which was dealing more with angle measure, okay? So we have three angles, 4x plus 27, 3x plus 24, and 3x plus 9. Heck, let's just add them up. We have 3x, 3x, and 4x, and that gets 10x. 24, 27, and 9, I already know what that is. That's 60, okay? So I added up all the angles. Now, what could I do with that? Well, we know that when you add up all the angles in a triangle, they make 180. All right, so let's go ahead and subtract out the 60. We get 10x equals 120. Divide by tens, and we get x equals 12. The question is, when we talk about angles, what is the unit that we are using? How do we measure angles? We measure angles in degrees. So on this problem, our value for x is 12, and it's 12 degrees because we know we're talking about angles. Thanks, honey bunnies.
Yay!
Hey Honey Bunnies, it's Miss K. I wanted to connect with you guys about the answer to this problem. There's actually two answers. There's one for each of the concepts that we just reviewed prior to the guided notes. The first concept is perimeter. As you know, you find the perimeter of any shape by adding up all the sides. So we're going to add up these three sides, and it's going to equal up to 43 feet, okay? So when we add up those sides, we're going to add up the like terms. We have a 5y, a 10y, and a 6y, and that's going to make 21y. Then we're going to add up the integers. I know that the positive 3 and the negative 3 are going to cancel each other, so all I'm left with is positive 1, and that's going to equal up to the 43 feet, which is perimeter. When I solve it out, I get 21y equals 42, divide by 21, and you get y equals 2 feet, to be specific. If I use that information, I plug it back in. Over here I have 5 times 2 plus 1. That's going to be 11 feet on this side. Over here I have 6 times 2 plus 3. That's going to be 15 feet on this side. And over here I have 10 times 2 minus 3, which would be 17 feet on this side. So my triangle is 11 feet, 15 feet, and 17 feet on all the sides. Now the other concept that we talked about in this problem would be angle measure. All right, and the angles of this triangle are measured at 7x minus 15, 6x plus 25, and 4x. As with all triangles, these three angles are going to add up to be 180. So when I add them up, I'm going to get 180. Let's go ahead and add them up. I have a 6x, a 4x, and a 7x, and that's going to make 17x. Then I have a 25 minus 15 is 10. Perfect. A lot of you can probably tell what the answer is going to be finally. Minusing the 10, and you get 17x equals 170. Divide by 17s, and we get x equals 10. A nice, easy number. I will say, sorry, I accidentally cut that out by accident. I guess when you circle something on here, it wants to take it out. I will say that x is technically 10 degrees. That's our unit for angle measure. All right, so if I plug that back in, up here I'm going to have 7 times 10 minus 15, which means that, oh, that's a beautiful 15, isn't it? Which means that that angle is going to be 70 minus 15, that's 55 degrees. Over here I have 6 times 10 plus 25. That's going to make this one 85 degrees. And in this angle right here, I have 4 times 10, which is a nice, easy 40 degrees. And that's how you do that one. Bye, Honey Bunnies. Okay, Honey Bunnies, notes go in your notes section. That is correct. The note section of your binder. Yes, I want you taking out your binder. I want you opening the rings. I want you putting your notes inside the rings of the note section of your binder. Yes, I want you going to high school. I want you to be so organized, and I want them to say, oh my gosh, you're so organized, because the notes are in the notes section of... I saw that. You didn't get out your binder. And I saw you too. You didn't get out your binder either. Get out your binder. Put it in the notes section of your binder.